actually pretty good.
Dying.
That's not how you spell cameras.
You don't know that.
That's not what I wanted to do. There we go. Yes, yes, yes. And hide that because I'm not using it. Hide that because I'm not using it. Hide that because I'm not using it either.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Okay? Okay, I think we have a good audio balance. And we are starting in 3, 2, 1. Hello, and welcome back to Recreation Remembering the Road to Taishan. Or Triple Colon, for short. I am Kiarl O'Larlin the First, and I will be your storyteller from the Dreamscape Storytelling Guild. And these are my players.
Hi. Hi, I'm Gimmick, and I'm playing Uncle Funk.
And he is a guest player slash assistant DM for this game.
I'm kind of a catch-all, kind of the bad boy of the group, getting my fingers in everybody's pies, you know how it is.
And I'm Soup. I'm going to be playing Ori.
Okay, thank you. By the way, guys, on occasion, your Discord nickname on the server, I think, yeah, your nickname on the Discord server is gonna pop up on stream when I mouse over the camera's page. So, have that as you want it. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do something too.
There we go.
Change it to include both your character name and your name. Actually, Gimmick. Put assistant DM. Gimmick.
Okay.
Yeah.
I tried to shorten it, but SDM not overlooking
Feel free.
it. You know what? Let's be bad.
Be a bad boy. Have a badass.
Bad boy.
Um.
It's a naughty word on the internet. Like thing.
Yes. Qingxi's pirates have come to this planet of floating islands, continents, and sky whales, with rainbow magic flowing below it all. Prior inhabitants of this planet are goblins and the Vistani H-Tongue. The prior being important to our story tonight. A goblin that is not from this world. Or is it? Came from Carlitor with the pirates, unbeknownst to the pirates, having been trapped in a barrel for at least a month. Now, the goblins on the Raw Peninsula? I'm gonna look that up. Not a peninsula, archipelago. The Funkum's clan of goblins have been causing problems for the construction efforts of Neo Taishan, a pirate haven port. The goblins have been taking things from the construction site and from the ships trying to bring things to the construction site. And no one knows why. Time after time, the goblins and the pirates make a deal that the pirates will leave the goblins alone if the goblins stop taking the pirates' things. And every time the goblins agree, Uncle Funkums himself Yet, every time, the goblins seem to come back and take the things once again. Orizin, you are in the council room. The uppermost room of the ASS Castle's aft castle. A literal castle on the back of this ship. The ship is called the ASS Castle, for anyone confused.
Very good.
You are here, having been called before Xing-Shi, the Empress of the Pirates. A woman dressed in fine but functional clothes. The red that signifies these pirates being worked into her outfit as her traditional Karatoran headpiece, her hat. Black-grey with golden trim and a dangling charm of paper with inscription on it. Without getting closer, you can't read what's on the paper. She sits at the far end of this long table with a few of the other pirates around. These pirates, these seven pirates, 8 counting 2 halves, and then 9 counting the Taishan. 9 pirates! There are 9 pirates here. I can remember how many captains are on this council. As the full council is here. The different Karatoran pirate captains, the very notable Western captain, the lean for a halfling but still well-fed second captain, otherwise known as Wilhelm, is here as well. The Iechtar Vistani captains, or captain, split in twain, are here as well. Vind and Vale. Vind being the Iechtar, the more vibrant and airy, in both personality and in dress, and of the Veiled one, completely obscured who they may be, is much more deep and dark colors. Again, in both their personality and their dress. Of course, the fourth familiar face would be Kyuke, the captain of the ASS Admiral, one of the 2 scouting vessels of this fleet, in the ASS Peregrine of second captain being the other. Empress Xing-Shi looks down the table at where you stand at the far end. Welcome. Thank you for coming. As you may be aware, there are some complications with the goblins. The Bunkum's clan, as we've come to know they are called, they are continuing their raids on our shipments and construction efforts, despite diplomacy with both Uncle Funkums and the rest of the clan. As of yet, you are not one of our pirates, though, if you would be so willing to accept, I would gladly anoint you one. I believe you have also been looking for an instrument. Your Yukon? Perhaps I could help you find it. As she says, perhaps I could help you find it, she pulls up a very familiar Yukon and places it on the table.
That.
Well, we found it. Lying around, shall we say. Now, Orizin, if you were to join us as pirates and prove your usefulness in an assignment, perhaps I could help you search for your Yukon.
What do you mean?
You do wish to have your Yukon again, correct?
Of course. Everything to me.
Then if you help, if you do a task for us and swear to join us, then I can do a task for you in locating and reuniting you with your Yukon.
What do you do?
You might want to speak slower, your mic is having trouble picking you up.
What do you want me to do?
I simply wish for you to help us understand these goblins. Now I know you are not a goblin from these clans, from these skies, but you are, shall we say, a bridge between us and them. Your task would be to go to the Funkums clan and learn where miscommunication might be happening. If the miscommunication is that they are not fully understanding when we say stop their raids, make sure they understand that if they do not stop the raids will stop. As she says that, like, she grabs the hilt of an ornate dagger that is sheathed within her sash. If it is other miscommunication, please rectify that. Yeah.
You can do that.
On this task, you will have supervision. As, of course, this is your first task as an emissary of ours. And on this task, I will be sending a detachment of pirates with you. Of course, they will need to be an officer to oversee you and prove your rank, and your friends, the heroes with the artifacts, are all busy dealing with their own deeds. So, captains, would any of you wish to volunteer one of your officers? The captains kind of stay silent for a moment. And then second captain speaks up. I think I want to go along with her. See what's this all gone with. These goblins, they're kind of special, and as you might know, they left a lasting impact on me. As he says that, he raises his hand and his sleeve kind of shifts down as you see the burn scars that he received while on the crashing vessel. Though I'm not sure you would know where those scars came from. I do so wonder what these goblins are like, and they're not as primitive, shall we say, not so wild as other goblins I've seen. Perhaps they could be of use. And who better to send than somebody as crazy as them? Eloquently put. Or as in, do you have any problem with this oversight?
No.
Very well. Oh, no, speak. You did have something you wished to say. Go ahead and say it.
Anything.
Unless all you wished to do was squeak when I cut you off.
I
Very
didn't have anything to say.
Very well then. Let it be. And best wishes with dealing with this matter. Not long later, you were on the deck of the Peregrine. Captain... Second captain, there we go. Second captain, on the aft castle with you, while he is standing, kind of looking ahead towards the largest island, where both the settlement of the goblins, or perhaps hive, might be a better word, and the construction of Taishan. As you fly, you see the spiraling pieces of rock, the spiraling archipelagos of small to wagon-sized rocks spiraling through the wind. You see schools of flying fish that morph into flocks of soaring birds, weaving throughout the rocks, perch on a set as the Peregrine drifts by. As yes, you are sailing towards the largest island in this archipelago. Is there anything you wish to do?
You could pee off the boat.
But I'm not going to. Maybe later. um, I go over to the second captain.
Yeah. One of the few on the one of the few captains that you can see relatively eye to eye. as he looks back at you, his hair flowing out from below his tricorn hat. I have something to say?
Why do you want to come with me?
Well, when our crews, when our fleet first came here, and we were trying to protect the good citizens of Taishan, I joined with the heroes and Tayo to track down the citizens after they were captured by a different clan of these goblins over on the mainland, over that area, you see. As he points, you look over and you see the continent and a large island just off of it, with a kind of semicircle hole in the continent near it, causing the island to truly be alone. On it is a large assortment of walls and buildings, one of these goblin cities. As we were scouting about trying to find things, on our way back, Yi and I managed to find our way onto a vessel. Blue in a swords filled with the magic that you see below this. Well, ether, as some call it, and gravy, apparently, as the goblins call it. No, something strange about these goblins now. And don't mind if I say it, I mean it as no direct offense, but goblins are unorganized. Almost never having a city, more having dens and packs than cities and clans. But these goblins, they're organized in a sense. They've made their own cities, they've made their own vessels to fly through the air instead of commandeering others. Never seen goblins like this. That piques my curiosity.
They're weird goblins.
That they are.
I'm disorganized. I take no offense. I lost my Yukon and both my friends just trying to take a nap. It's weird that these guys have stayed together this long.
Yes, it's quite odd. What kind of goblins do you hail from? The goblins Karatar. I'm only familiar with much of the ones from very vaguely familiar of the ones from Faerun, and the Hobbs from the homeland. These goblins, your goblins, what were they like? Were they packs, or were they these larger groups?
Much. I've been so many places. But I had a lot of family. And everyone just scattered. Went their own way as soon as they could.
As you begin to tell the stories of your goblins, having this conversation with Second Captain, we will flash back. Flash back to a time. A time where you were just having left the forest that your parents' clan had formed. The clan, or pack. The pack had gotten too big for a single alpha goblin to control. and so began to break. You were in the woods as the goblins were beginning to fall apart and scatter. As you are in the den, standing there, a fire roaring in the middle, a large beast being slowly turned on a spit above the blaze. Goblins occasionally going up and ripping or cutting a piece off the cooking beast. And one of the smallest goblins you ever knew, Tic Tac, a goblin that doesn't even reach a foot tall, stands closest to the blaze on the shoulders of another goblin. And remember, you can add details to your backstories.
Well then, you all are simply wild. Simply to a point where you can't hold on to anything.
As Tic Tac yells at the current alpha of the pack. Of this bloated pack.
You wave your might around, wave everything you can, try to do everything, and then goblins simply scatter. All of our raids. How many goblins died or panicked trying to get this big boar? Eh? Why should we follow you anymore? Why? Eh? There's too many of us. One of you. Even you with your followers, your betas, your whatevers, have no idea how to guide this pack. A pack this large can't listen to any of you.
Yes, the alpha says, a large goblin. A goblin towering far and above other goblins, being 3 average goblins' height.
What's the average height of a goblin again?
I believe 3 foot?
So it's a 9-foot tall
It's
goblin?
a 9 foot tall goblin, yes. As they are like
Oh, wow.
kind of bending down in this cave that they are all using as a den.
That's gotta be just a confused ogre, right?
Perhaps all of the goblins think it's a goblin.
He's pointy enough.
You think you can leave this forest? Leave where the orcs, the humans, they will attack you. They will gut you like fish. You cannot leave woods, and if you in woods, you follow me. These my woods. You think your pack can leave? Then try and leave. You stay in these woods, you die. You leave, you go out of woods, you die. Eh? You think, eh?
As you interrupt this large goblin, it looks at you.
Yes, Ori, speak.
Oh, the humans and the orcs are gonna kill us.
You remember Dale?
Yeah.
He died. He went out forest and got shocked back into forest in 10 pieces.
What if that was a different goblin? What if it was a tree? I don't know. Not every human
no,
would kill a goblin,
it-
would they?
It couldn't be other goblin. A random goblin, like, to the side, Tilo, this other goblin to the side is like, no, it couldn't be other goblin. I don't see how that's physically possible. That must have been human. I was there, I saw it, other humans, not goblin. Only he and only Dale and I was there. It must have been humans. Not other goblin. Can't be other goblin.
Unless it was you, Tilo.
What? No, it wasn't me. It couldn't have been goblin. I'm goblin. Couldn't be me.
No one said goblins weren't violent, though.
Make a persuasion
Goblins
check.
kill just the same.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, dang, dude. Getting some Phoenix right up in here. Get some murder accusation.
9.
Mine.
Like, the large goblin, the large goblin, which, I'm gonna look up his name real quick. The large goblin, looks at you, looks at, I literally just forgot his name.
It's,
Taiki?
it's Middle School Jones.
It's... Pretty sure it's not Middle School Jones. He's not here.
You sure? We went to middle school together. Oh.
I think it was Taiki.
Probably is.
And the big goblin's name is Dadi, which, by the way, is just Chinese for big. Yeah, his name is Dadi. He looks at Taiki, looks back at you, Ori. Kind of like, you see his brow furrow a moment. No, could not be Taiki. Taiki too weak to kill Dale. Dale was strong goblin. Taiki, he whip. Taiki is bad, lazy, stupid goblin. Yeah, I bad, lazy, stupid goblin. I can't kill Dale.
You seem too desperate to prove that.
No. It matters not. Taiki, no kill Dale. Not possible. Taiki, go deeper into den. I talk to you later. Taiki, no kill Dale. They'll die by humans. Or orcs, or elves. Or, like, bird people.
Give me proof.
So you suggest... No. Go ahead and make another persuasion check.
This sounds like Taiki needs to make a Constitution saving throw because he's thinking about it now.
No, this isn't Taiki. This is Dadi. Dadi.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I can't keep them straight.
Sorry, what was it?
5.
5?
Ah! Do better.
So, simply, no proof that humans killed is proof enough to say they didn't. Huh? Huh? You go out there, you die. You die alone.
Okay.
Do you just leave?
No, not yet.
Okay.
I'm just trying to see what his reaction is.
No, he's just like, "Ugh." As he looks back at Tic Tac. Tic Tac at this point, at this point when you look back at Tic Tac is now standing on the shoulders of a goblin who is standing on another goblin's shoulders. As he has, like, raised up another 3 feet. Still talking up to, Dadi. If you You simply say we cannot leave. Sure, we cannot leave. Fine. But you think you can control this whole clan to stay with you and kill my clan if we leave. But, Pack, kill my pack if we leave. No, they will have no capability. He will have no capability to kill us if you follow me. Huh? We split off, or we shank him, and everyone just scatters. Huh? You think you can scatter? Scatter in these woods, in my woods. No. No, you cannot. I will hunt you down, Tic Tac, and I will gut you like fish. I will put you on bikes to mark the forest. Huh? You no leave. You split off, you die.
And yeah, these two just continue arguing about, like, Dadi saying that he can control the entire clan while Tic Tac is like, no, you can't. It's impossible. Trying to, like, directing most of his arguments not directly at Dadi, but instead at the others. At the other goblins here. This den is, like, packed full of goblins. You guys are kind of, like, on a higher place here, but there are literally, like, there's this massive cavern that is literally filled with, like, hundreds of goblins. That are, like, some of them are watching, a significant amount are, but then others are just, like, it kind of devolves into chaos the farther out you go. Each of them around, like, these fires scattered in here. And these goblins actually, like, spill outside of the den. Into the woods around. Do you do anything as these two continue to argue?
I start looking around to see if there's anyone who wants to just leave, because I don't want to be there. I'm tired of them bickering.
Sure. Are you like doing it within the within this group of like beta goblins essentially? Or are you just like gonna walk off into the hundreds of goblins and be like, hey, you wanna leave? You wanna leave? Hey, you wanna leave?
Worked before. Look at Jesus.
Yeah, I'm just charge right into the group of goblins all together. I might start in the beta goblins, but yeah.
Yeah, so the beta goblins are where this conversation is happening.
Alright.
So if you want to address the beta goblins, you can.
I'll do that.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm bored. I'm tired of them bickering. Anyone who wants to go on a extended walk with me is welcome to. Bring your instruments.
Make a persuasion
It's a
check.
poem. It's gonna take a while.
Make a persuasion check.
Nine.
Come on, get
My
better dice.
goodness. As like they kind of like look at you, as Dadi kind of looks at you, kind of glances at everyone, and then, what, you crazy? You go, you leave, you die. You split, you split, you stay in forest, you die. You leave forest, you die. As it immediately, any thoughts of, maybe we should join this person, in the beta goblins, they immediately just turn back to this conversation. You crazy? Huh?
Yeah. But I'm gonna die either way, right?
You don't die if you stay in this pack. My pack.
Unless you kill me.
Why would I do that?
I don't know. Just seems like you might.
Fine. Whatever.
Yeah, as
I
you
just walk into the rest
Yeah.
of the
as you turn and begin to walk down, you give one last glance at the betas, and you see Tic Tac now on top of 3 goblins, now slightly taller than Dadi, talking down to Dadi, as the goblins are kind of like wavering underneath him, trying to keep it directly up.
Oh, I should say for anyone watching the stream, I've been acting as the little goblin on Davi's shoulder, interpreting in GSL.
Yes, so you're heading out. Go ahead and make a persuasion check as you with advantage, as you're walking through this crowd.
$17.
17, okay.
Where was that?
Okay, yes. You, as you are, like, walking out, you're just like, hey, you wanna come? You wanna come? You wanna come? A few campfires kind of come, and then a few goblins split off from their own campfires. And as you are walking out of these fires around you, into the night, into the woods, you have 48 goblins with you. As you have formed a new pack just by saying, I'm done with this, I'm out. As yes? Well, that, definitely shows a bit less organization than what we've been dealing with here.
It was extremely unorganized, and as you might be able to tell, did not last extremely long.
Aye. Well, perhaps that stint in leadership might help ya. Maybe agree or understand at least this Uncle Funkums and his lot. As at this point, the peregrine drifts and is now above this the peregrine has now sailed below this main massive island. Once you get below it, something you had not seen before, simply through not even thinking to sail below, until the goblins told you to. This structure built on the bottom of this large floating island, swarming with goblins that are swinging from rock to rock and getting extended airtime through the wind whipping around them. The sails of the peregrine have to be let down for the winds to not buffet it off course as it slowly drifts towards the goblin city. The Funkums clan city. As eventually the peregrine comes up and moors with a dock of sorts. Almost drifts into this structure before letting down ropes for everyone. You see, in this structure on the main dock, you see Uncle Funkums standing there, his staff with the rib cage of a raccoon, just there, looking as the ship approaches. Well, all of you, Tree, Enoch, take care of the peregrine while I'm gone. And, Seamus, come on with me. We'll, give a little bit of reassurance with these goblins that, we won't get gutted like I expect we might. As this dwarf with a pale skin, with freckles that are a mix of brown and even like dark blue freckles across his face. His hair being a mix of vibrant red and what you initially think is gray until you realize that it's more of a lavender. Comes forward, his long beard braided and then brought in two long braids down to his knees before it loops back up and then goes around his shoulders several times like coils of rope. As he comes on out, where he's wearing a simple white shirt, white sailor shirt over this kind of heavy fabric, a dwarven denim pants, kind of overalls that are tied off, covered in kind of a dust. What looks like perhaps years of work.
Did you say dwarven denim?
Yes. In fantasy, who the frick's gonna invent denim? Dwarves. Try to prove me wrong, okay?
Dwarf jeans!
Dwarf jeans! Dwarves would invent denim.
Yo,
It's the
Queen!
Yeah. It's the most hardy material. They're constantly working in mines. They would invent denim.
It was made by old Levi Navy.
Ah, yes.
I couldn't think of another.
Yeah. Levi Navy-son. Yeah, as he kind of comes out this essentially jumpsuit of dark denim. Actually, it's actually like raw, undyed denim. It's not the blue that we think of as jeans, just kind of this undyed denim jumpsuit that's instead tied around his waist, rather than going up and worn properly. So yeah, he kind of comes a pickaxe on his back. Hey. Well, Lori, we got the two best bodyguards pirates could give you. One might run off in a blood rage if anyone says the word king, but you got me to hold him in line. As second captain kind of looks at Seamus, they're roughly the same height. Second captain is tall for a halfling, tall and very lean for a halfling, as he is able to actually look down at this dwarf, just barely. As he like leans on the dwarf's shoulder. Hey, S1, Seamus, my friend. You cross me, he's gonna be the first one to throw you off a cliff. Hey. Hey, as he gets stands up and takes a swig from his flask.
Good excuse to take a drink.
And then he hands it to you, Ori. You want a drink? It's the only one you're gonna get.
Thanks. I just take a huge swig and then hand it back.
A huge swig, you say?
Yes.
Okay, make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh man! Always getting turned on a diplomacy mission. Yeah,
19.
Get it?
Okay, you clearly feel the effects of this alcohol. This it's this kind of first you kind of get the impact of this strong alcohol and then this bitterness of coffee with this cream texture. And you gain 8 points of temporary hit points, and a temporary +2 to charisma, +2 to constitution, and +3 to strength. The scores, not the ability modifiers. As
What was it again?
8 temporary hit points, +2 to charisma and constitution, and +3 to strength.
Okay.
As you are now drunk on some good old halfling coffee.
Oh, it's halfling too, so that's the good stuff.
Yeah.
I'd say it's top shelf, but they can't reach.
Well, I mean, it has been prior established that the coffee itself is definitely bottom shelf. The alcohol is significantly better quality than the coffee, as is the cream. But yes. Yeah, as you are now drunk, along with this good idea. Seamus, the designated sober person in the group, coming along with you. As there is no place to bring the gangplank to. This ship, the fact that this ship has a mast and it's high mast and it's low mast. This ship does not have a retractable high mast. Even by bringing its fins in as close as possible and retracting its low mast, it still cannot get close enough to any of these surfaces to lower a gangplank. Instead, you must rappel on ropes. As Wilhelm, Seamus kind of goes over and begins to clip himself onto one of the ropes, as Wilhelm or second captain, just kind of like goes to the side, grabs a rope, picks it up, and, meet you down there, Slowpoke, as he, just begins to freehand rappel down on this rope.
Wait to call me slow until we've reached the bottom. See who's there first.
Okay, yeah.
I just run over and grab onto a rope and I like clip myself on.
Oh,
I
you
thought you were gonna
do?
just run off and
You
jump.
do clip yourself on?
Yes, I do. But as
Okay.
fast as I can.
Okay, yeah, so first make a sleight of hand check
Okay.
to see if you can clip it on quick enough.
9.
Could you ask your brother to try to stay off of camera, because
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Twitch's terms of service has rules about young children being on stream.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Daddy Bezos hates kids. That's why. Oh. This... I'm gonna remember everything you told me. I'm sure of it. I got I got it.
Okay.
Welcome home. I'm done.
Yeah. As you jump off, you try to clip on as fast as you can and begin to jump off, carrying your weight forward as you do so. What was your sleight of hand check?
9.
9. As, yeah, you're going forward, and you quickly try to clip on the hook, the carabiner, and, you, clip it onto the rope, and, begin to, like, go off, and then realize you never clipped it to yourself. You can make a dexterity saving throw to try to stop yourself from going overboard without the carabiner clipped on.
$22.
22. As, yeah, you kind of, like, balance, as then, you can try to clip it on again. At this point, you like grab on and manage to clip the carabiner onto yourself, and then begin to go down. You don't have to make an athletics check because you're holding the rope. You can't fall off. But you do need to make an acrobatics check to try to go down the rope faster than second captain. At disadvantage, because you did not manage to clip on the carabiner fast enough.
You might die.
I might.
No, you won't.
Oof.
You never know.
Watching all this, by the way, right?
Yes, yeah.
You said I was on the dock?
Yep.
15.
15, yeah, as you, like, begin to go down, you basically just, like, at first you just let go of the rope and just try to fall faster than him. Like, basically just, like, making yourself as aerodynamic as possible. As you, like, get to the point where you're right next to him, at which point he, like, he attempts to, he kind of looks at you, and, lets go of the rope once, grabs, like, a foot down, does it again, and then tries to grab again as you just see, you see his hand, like, rubbing against the rope, and he goes, ay, 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 as he then, let's make a Constitution saving throw for him. Yeah, as he's just like, ah, just going down the rope with his hands, like, you begin to see smoke, like, coming from his hands.
Oh, gosh!
Don't lose skin!
As, yeah, you essentially, like, fall past him for a while, as he's just above you with, like, smoke kind of coming from his hands. As you get to the bottom before him. As then he kind of, like, slides down, and then immediately takes his hands off the rope and begins shaking them as his hands are just on fire. It's just, like, shakes them and begins to, like, pat them on himself. Kind of, like, running around for a moment. As then Seamus, like, gets to the ground and lands. Casually unclips his carabiner. As, yeah, you have all made it to the bottom. Perfect timing, too. The action music had just stopped. Well then, that was, eventful, as, second captain at this point has, like, put his hands, like, under his coat and, like, pressed them against his body, as then he's managed to, put out the fires on his palms. He kind of, like, looks at his hands as they're just, like, red. You just can see them, like, throbbing. Well then,
Poor guy.
looks like you won the race.
Yes, I did. Looks like you did not think.
Oh, I thought, but the risks were well calculated. Well, as calculated as they can be if you're not great at math.
Well, you survived, so I guess it works.
Well, royal diplomat, why don't you go up and talk to the clan leader, I suppose.
Alright.
Just screams from the distance.
You peeked the mic, I didn't hear you.
Uncle Funkus just screams, Uncle!
You did it
Uncle.
again. Uncle, okay.
Yeah. We're gonna figure this out.
Yeah, maybe, it might work better if you don't angle away from your mic when you do it.
Oh, yeah.
Nope. No, still peaks. Yeah, no. You just can't yell.
That's the voice, because that's what picks up on the mic.
Yeah, that picks up. That picks up. Okay. As, yeah, you walk up towards this very old big goblin.
There's no lake thief!
See?
Trying to steal my lake, remember?
I just
Don't say
wanted
another
to
thing
touch it!
Yeah, and then
Anyway,
that would make it yours, and it's mine.
Unfortunately, you're gonna have to tone down the, like, voice cracks, Lydia, because that...
okay.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
that voice is also not picking up on the mics very well.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I keep noticing that.
Yeah.
if you touched it, it was yours and it's mine, so you can't have it.
Well, I didn't want to have it. I just wanted
Well,
to touch it.
don't touch it then. Then you won't have it.
Wait,
But
wait,
it
wait,
can still be
wait,
yours.
wait, 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 wait. Dunkums, who is next to you, kind of is like, but
Duncan,
you're not there right now, so doesn't that mean it's not your lake?
It doesn't matter if I touched it.
I miss that lake.
I'm so sorry for your loss.
It was so wet. It was round, except for the corners. I liked it a lot.
Stunning.
Sometimes I would put grass on top and then take it off. It was my friend. My only friend in exile.
Can I be your friend? I'll be your friend now.
Check for me, please.
What?
Make a charisma check for me, please.
Okay.
Just straight charisma?
Yeah.
Go.
If you roll above my charisma score, we'll say you got it.
What was the check?
What was it?
Lydia, what was the roll?
2?
That was a 9.
That does not do it.
I don't know you like that. I don't know you like that yet.
Okay,
Okay.
but can you be a friend to the pirates? The pirates give you stew.
They did give stew. I like
Very
that
good
stew.
stew.
It was pretty good stew.
Veen makes good stew.
Yeah. You
I can
good-
make him make more for you. But there's conditions.
Mm. Let's go to talk. Let's go to talk in a place over this way. You
Oh, and I say in common,
a big one go here. Go here with Uncle Funkums.
Who are you calling
Everyone-
Big One?
Everyone else there?
It's a dwarf and it's a halfling. You are all...
Yep.
The dwarf is like the largest of all of them, and the halfling is slightly taller than a dwarf.
Okay.
So, like, they're slightly taller than everyone else, but...
What is the halfling wearing again?
The halfling is wearing a tricorn hat, a brown leather tricorn hat with gold rimming, and one of the technically it's cocked hat. One of the corners, one of the parts of it is uncocked and just hanging loose to the side, just kind of hanging down and like out slightly. He's wearing a trench coat with like leather shoulders, and the sleeves have been taken off of one. One of the sleeves has been taken off. It's got leather shoulders, leather mane to it, and then kind of like ribbing around the sides. Kind of a dark blue ribbed fabric. And the sleeves are also that kind of dark blue ribbed fabric. And he kind of has like some basic pieces of like hard armor, like metal armor, kind of across parts of him and down one arm.
Okay.
Blue hat. Your blue hat. Blue hat, come.
Second
And-
captain.
What?
Name's Second. You can call me Second Captain, unless you want to use a
Second.
full title.
The captain. Second cap.
I say in Goblin.
That's a lot of words. That's 2 words, and that's a lot of words.
Well, 2 is not really a lot. You should try 2 made up words that aren't even real in common. That's even worse.
You know what? That's a good idea. You won't even know what I'm saying.
So in Goblin, I refer to the second captain as Sneeze Boy. And I say, Sneeze Boy, you come, monsieur, Sneeze Boy.
Right, I'm coming.
And Barry man, you come too.
Oh yes, Barry Manilow.
You look like berries. No,
I tried to get him to understand. He can't quite word. In common.
The dwarf is kind of just looking at you
I look at him.
as second captain says, "I don't really know why you're addressing us. We're not the person for talking here. We're just seeing what happens with this one." Gestures at.
come see. You're here. You're invited. You come. Everyone come. We go to we lead convo. We leave talk. Lead talk to leader. Solely go.
And I take them to a place to have a conversation.
Okay.
Formally.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and describe where you lead them to.
Yeah, it's a big hole in the ground.
Remember that you are this structure is built on the bottom of the floating island.
Yes. It's not deep.
So
it's just
okay.
wide.
Okay.
It's for grave practice. Because I had to teach all the other goblins what a grave was, and like how it worked.
Yeah. So yeah, he kind of like leads you through this like weaving of doorways and structures. The word building cannot truly describe any of these, as they do not seem to stop, but rather merge into the structure next to them, to the point where this entire city is just one big building.
How do you keep all the doors straight? There's so many.
Well, there's hinges on one side, and it attaches, and you put it right, you put it on right, and it stays like that for a while, and it stays kind of straight like that.
Oh, okay. Them all.
It is. What?
Do you remember them all?
It's. Can you keep a secret?
Yes.
I point to the bottom of the door frame.
I stubbed my toe on each of the doors, and I know how many, if I'm going the right one, depending on how many claw marks are on the door frame.
Brilliant.
And keep on going.
Sorry, I forgot to say. I forgot that Wilhelm would have, second captain, would have 3 other pirates with him. They're just kind of like, yeah, they're just kind of like generic different races pirates.
Generic pirate.
You have Genric Sidson, you have Avraj Prasan,
Oh, there it is, your favorite joke.
and one other that I can't think of.
Pirate. Pirate snowman. That one's a snowman.
Jolly Roger.
Yeah.
you have Genric Sidson, Avraj Prasan, and Jolly Roger. Those are his 3 pirates.
Can I suggest Roderick Jaldrick?
I actually do like Roderick a lot. Roderick
Jollyson.
Yeah, Roderick Jollyson works really well. Yeah, so yeah. So basically just Genric, Avraj, and Roderick.
Roderick.
Yeah. Or I just like Roger because Roderick, like, there's too many Ricks.
Yeah,
So I like Avraj, Genric, and Roger.
Roderick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Keeps it all sorted. So I lead everyone to the room with a big old hole.
And it's a place of worship, a place of meditation, a place of grave, place of bed. I sleep in middle.
What do you worship?
And I take out the pamphlet I've been making out of leaves and animal skin, and I just like slam it on the ground, and it just says "Grave God" on every page. And it's
Grave God give life. Grave God bring me back to life. Uncle Funkum see the light of death. Death is not the end for Uncle Funkum. It's all never the end for anyone. Grave God brings us all together, alive, in the grave.
Wait, now you came back to life.
Yeah. You want to hear story? You want to hear sermon?
Go ahead. Go
You
ahead.
want Uncle Funkum's proselytize?
I don't.
Quiet.
Not really.
Ori. Quiet. Let's go to learn about their culture.
All right. Tell us your story.
and I get up on this. I pull a rock, and just from the side of the room, and just throw it into the center and stand up on it.
As the rock slams to the middle, a bunch of goblins like come out from a bunch of sides like moments later, as like they're kind of like quietly chanting in Goblin. They chant the word grave in Common, and then in Goblin, sermon. So switching between the two languages, they're going grave sermon, grave sermon, as they all like are like filing in, not organizedly. They're just kind of running in, and they're not like. Their chanting is more like right, like it's kind of hard to get a specific chant, but they are all saying those specific words, just not together.
I'm grabbing a prop.
These other goblins concern me, second captain. They concern me a lot.
Second captain is kind of like idly spinning one of his pistols by his waist. Look at that. Shouldn't be that hard to burrow out.
Well, don't kill them yet. I want to hear what's up with them.
I never said that.
But I doubt they have that many brain cells.
The Funkums was chasing this raccoon down in the deep forest of the old world, and running around chasing that big old thing. And I said, "Doggone you, woman! You get in my mouth!" And then I chased that thing, and it tripped on a pebble and fell down a hole, and I died in that hole, and I lived in that hole. I died and I lived. I came back to life in the grave. It was the grave, the hole where the dead people go in the other worlds and the other peoples. The grave God showed me. The grave is where the life is, and where the death goes, and where death no more goes, because life is there now. Grave God! Hey, maka maka!
And all the other goblins go, maka maka! Like that.
Yeah, Maka and all that. Bye. What was the grave like, though?
Dirt.
How did you contact this grave god?
The grave God contact me. Grave God reach into Uncle Funkum's, bring back to life with a sudden air of breath and life. And then it was in brain. Goblins don't have idea in brain. When goblins think too hard, they go kaboom or splat. They fall over and die. Uncle Funkum's live. Live because of the thoughts. Live because of the grave god. I think grave. As I see grave before, I see grave when I search for squirrel droppings. And then I find a hole with a dead person in there. And I say, why you not throw it in the field like normal goblin? But Uncle Funkums remembered the grave, and Uncle Funkums was in the grave, and Uncle Funkums risen from the grave. Grave god was the grave god was the in the brain, came to the brain. Let me live forever. I'll live beyond death.
Funkums,
Uncle Funkum.
how did you die in the first place? What about that chase killed you?
I tripped on a grasshopper and I fell down a hole.
Did you hit your head?
I hit whole body. It was a hole. I went kerplop. That's a dead kerplop. When you go kerplop, you dead.
And you remember nothing in between going kerplop and the grave god
I
reviving
remember
you?
the dark. I remember the dirt. The dark dirt. The dirt in the dark. Oh, the little worms and beetles crawl under my toes. I remember it. And I remember the air. I remember the air. I remember falling in a small pile of moss, which we're on head now.
I take off, and it's just a bunch of Spanish moss that have been drooping over my head. It's not hair.
So,
Whatever
Then-
the fantasy equivalent of that is.
right. I mean, there's moss. What?
Yeah, but not Spanish.
Oh, draconic moss, I guess.
Draconic moss.
Yeah.
Drake. Drake.
Actually, Morgan moss.
Morgan moss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grandma's talking. Okay. So then, has anybody else after you buried them in these graves come back? Yeah, I did! As Dunkums is kind of like jumping up and down on a rock.
Now comes get on the rock.
And I step
Yeah.
off the rock and I leave the space for Duncan.
Yeah, as he gets up. We disciples of Funkums, who is of grave god. We fall in grave once die, and some come back. If Funkums ask grave god, we come back. He say, you alive. Put us in hold and say, live, and we live. That's why we live, that's why grave. Good. Yes. And then everyone's like, yes! The rest of the goblins. Maka! As he jumps up and down, and then like one of his feet just slips as he tumbles off of the rock. And just lands at the base of it.
Pick him up.
Are you dead?
No.
Okay.
You're done.
Funkums,
Yeah, so by the way, there is, other than Dunkums, there is a small group of goblins near the rock.
Yeah.
actually, who here claims to have died?
The entire group around the rock raised their hand.
Do you all remember being dead?
Eh?
Are you sure
Yeah.
you weren't just stuck in a hole?
Yeah. Yeah.
Alive?
Yes. Dunkums says, I was put in hole after dead. I die. I like kaboom. Like big hole. And then they put me with the hole in the hole. Then Funkum say, you no hole and me no hole. And then he said, you no dead and me no dead. Huh?
It's the way of grave god. It's how it is.
Are you sure you didn't just happen to not die at all?
He like
No.
he takes his kind of He takes his shirt and, like, opens it, and you see, like, a massive scar over his torso. Hole!
It's his
There
die
was a
hole.
hole.
That's his death hole.
Yeah,
Huh.
I died.
Bunkum's hole is like that.
Okay.
Also, if no one died, and a grave god touched my brain.
It actually a god? What did Grave God look like?
Oh. Now we get into theological dispute.
You might want to drive this to, your actual purpose here.
Yes. How about we theologically dispute another time?
I put away the giant whiteboard that I just pulled out.
We will do it over stew. Another day.
All the goblins just go, stew.
I love these, like, callbacks that are just completely absurd.
We got the stew one on stream,
Yeah, no, yeah, we do.
but they do sound absurd. Yeah, we sound insane.
So,
As soon as you, like, push the chalkboard back, like, the rest of the goblins begin to just walk off.
so,
I pat the rock.
you want to talk?
Yes, I want to talk.
Head on Talk Rock.
Alright. I go and stand on the rock. You
Hmm.
agreed
Uh-huh.
that our pirates would not
Yeah.
have any more raids.
Yeah,
We have ships
yeah,
with stuff
uh-huh.
that's ours.
Yeah,
And last time you and I spoke,
yeah,
there was an agreement
Yeah.
that we wouldn't have any more raids. That your clan
Yeah.
would leave us alone.
yeah.
The problem is,
Eh?
your clan
Yeah.
keeps raiding us and taking our stuff.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Are there any other goblins outside of your clan here?
Are there?
Not on this archipelago.
No. This is Funkum's clan.
Then the goblins raiding us
Yeah.
are from Funkum's clan.
Mm. The goblins are from Funkum's clan. Uncle Funkumland.
Are you telling the goblins they can raid our ships?
No. No. We don't attack.
You
We
tell
don't
them.
attack.
You tell them not to attack.
We know. We made the agreement. We don't attack. It's the agreement.
Well, you might need to remind them, because some of the Uncle Funkum's goblins have been taking our things.
No. They take their things.
What do you mean?
We have stuff. Yeah?
You have stuff, but we have stuff that's ours.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
It's your
why-
stuff.
But why are you taking stuff on our ships?
Because it's our stuff.
Why?
Because we have it. You see chalkboard? I found that. It's mine.
Where did
I
it come
have it.
from?
Over there.
Where did you
Point to
find
nowhere
it?
specific.
You know.
Vaguely direct gestures in direction.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Alright, look. What goblin were you raised around? What kind of goblin?
Lots of goblins. I did whatever. They were Karatoran.
You're not raised on Old World.
I was raised on Old World.
Our
I'm
Old
not
World?
from here. I'm not from your world.
You're from your Old World.
Yes.
Because it's yours.
Yes.
Okay. So. Cultural differences here. Perhaps. But. I, Uncle Funkums, am the leader. So. I say. That the people I lead. They haven't done no wrong. They have their stuff. You find stuff, you have it.
If it's our stuff, should
Yeah.
they be purposely finding it to take it and make it their stuff?
Oh, they just go there.
Why?
They get bored. Change the scenery. They get, they get understimulated.
There's so many better things to do.
I tell them. You could sit in dirt. You could roll in dirt. You could build a monument to Grave God. You could build small lakes. You could pee in small lakes. But they don't. They get bored. They want to go. I say, okay, go. Go find stuff. Go have fun.
We
Go
not
look
just
at
get
stuff.
bored, we get hungry.
And they get hungry.
He
We don't have much food.
he has infinite raccoon. We don't.
Yeah.
Oh, why don't you give Raccoon?
Huh?
Why don't you give Raccoon
What?
to your... Give Raccoon to your friend.
You're
To your
saying a
friend.
word. You're saying a word that's not translated. I think an accent problem. You said tiv. You said biv. Div. I div. You div. You dive. You dive in the pool. You dive. You want me to dive in the pool?
No,
I
you
dive
can do
in
that
the pool.
later. No. You don't
You're saying something. I don't know what you're saying.
share Raccoon with your clan. That way, they don't get hungry.
Chair. We don't have wood to build chairs.
Okay. Translation problems.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! 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 I grab onto. Is this Duncan? or is
Dunkums,
it
yeah.
another guy?
That's like.
No! 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 Shush! 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 Pat! 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 Pat!
So, yeah, he kind of like just becomes loose and just kind of like.
You good?
Eh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Go find dirt.
I found dirt.
Okay. Good. Now find
He,
it over there.
he comes back and then like, yeah, basically just every so often you point him to a different part of the room, and he goes and gets another handful of dirt.
I've babysat before. This is just what it's like.
Yep.
I say, hey, you're making new words. You're hurting my nephews and nieces. Of my followers, my clans in Uncle Funkum's land. They can't think. You know what happens if they think? They kerplop. And they die.
But
Cause
what
it's
about the Grave God?
I can bring them
God
back,
can
but
bring him back.
it's a hassle. Also,
Yeah,
not
wait.
100% guarantee.
but it's still worth, taking advantage of.
Yeah. Do you want me to kill? You want to kill people? You want to kill goblin? You want to
I
kill
don't
people?
want to kill. I do not
You
want
want
to
people
kill
to
God.
die? Is what you're saying.
As
No.
as Uncle
Here's what we
Funkums is
do.
like raising his voice, I would Uncle Funkums make a perception check at disadvantage.
Absolutely.
As Ori, you can see from the angle that like Wilhelm is just pulling his pistols that like he's kind of like hands kind of in his cloak as it in his coat as it's kind of like hanging across him. He's kind of sitting in a way that it hides, but he has both of his pistols drawn at this point, like
fingers kind of at the ready to fire. Like, as you can see his, like, fingers begin to move towards the triggers as Uncle Funkums is getting more worked up. He can't understand what you guys are saying, because you're speaking in Goblin. But he can tell that you're getting worked up.
That's a 9.
Yeah, Uncle Funkums does not notice, but he is readying to fight if it happens.
You try. What do you want to do? Huh?
You
You're not...
and your clan to
Yeah?
leave our ships alone.
What?
Our ships are our stuff.
Yeah.
Don't go find them. Leave them alone. Don't touch them. We will give you stew in turn, but you must never touch them again. Any raids that happen will get stopped, and you could get hurt or killed.
We're not raiding. We're not attacking you.
You're attacking our ships and our stuff.
Do we hurt people?
No, but you're taking
Then we're
our
not
things.
attacking.
Uncle Funkums, I have dirt, and I have thought. Huh?
You're alive. What's your thought?
Thought.
He goes up to you, Ori.
Dirt. My dirt. My dirt.
Your dirt.
He puts his hands out to you.
I put my hands out.
He pours it into your hands.
Your dirt.
Grabs it out of your hands.
My dirt.
You stole dirt. Still my dirt. But if I give you dirt,
No, I
then
have.
it's your dirt again.
No, I have dirt. My dirt.
He has dirt.
He puts out his hands again. Drops it into your hands.
Your dirt.
My dirt.
Your dirt.
I give you dirt. Now it's your dirt.
He takes it.
My dirt.
I
Give.
I
Give
take
as
your
he
dirt.
like reaches up and breaks a bone off of the raccoon.
He gave rib. My rib.
You not give rib. You steal rib.
Oh,
You
that's
not
his rib.
give rib willingly.
Huh?
His rib.
My rib. My rib. My rib
His
now.
rib.
No,
What? It
his
was
rib
his
that
rib.
You took.
That's my rib?
So
But he hasn't.
He
It's your
puts his
rib.
hand full of dirt out to you again.
Okay.
Puts it into your hand.
you steal dirt.
No, you give dirt.
Huh?
I have dirt. I give dirt back. I hand it back to him,
He takes it.
and I snatch it away again. I steal dirt. See, you not give dirt. I take by force, without permission.
Make a persuasion check. Intelligence based.
Okay.
Intelligence persuasion.
This is getting interesting. We're getting somewhere now.
As Wilhelm is just sitting
12.
there watching like the dirt go back and forth, and like pretty much just being like, what the frick is going on?
I look over to Wilhelm, I'm like,
Yeah.
So 12. He's like, he chucks the dirt at you.
Steal. Your dirt. Steal.
He quickly takes it.
Steal. My dirt. Steal.
Steal.
Eh?
Steal.
He's throws the dirt at you again.
You steal dirt. Your dirt.
No. I give dirt. Your dirt. I take dirt without you giving dirt. Your dirt still in my hands.
I walk up to this.
Yeah.
It's like,
So
I give dirt back because it's still yours.
it's dirt. It's our dirt, but you had it.
Okay,
But you give it
Uncle
back.
Funkums, you're gonna need to make an intelligence, a Constitution save as well.
absolutely.
Against your intelligence score.
Saving throw, my bad. Let me re-roll that real quick.
Constitution saving throw. It is Constitution saving throw. Against your
17.
intelligence score. Does that succeed?
14 plus 3.
I don't know what your intelligence score is
Oh.
off the top of my head.
My intelligence is 10.
Yeah, so that's a success.
Yeah.
So you do not take damage.
Yes.
Oh. Okay. Kind of like reaches the bone out to you.
I take it.
Yeah. His bone. Give his bone. Huh?
He gave.
He quickly
give.
he quickly grabs it away from you again.
Ah.
Steal.
Oh.
Steal my bone. Steal. I stole my bone. Ah! He
Stole his bone.
he chucks it at Uncle Funkums.
It goes in my nose.
Steal his bone. I steal his bone. His bone. Huh?
Those bones.
He gently pulls it out of Uncle Funkum's nose.
Pop.
I give my bone. Huh?
No! It is Uncle Funkum's bone that you're holding. You stole his bone.
No.
You gave it back to him and you stole it again.
No.
Dunk him.
No,
Dunk him.
I steal bone.
Dunk him.
Uh.
Put the bone in my hand.
Ah. He hands it to you.
You gived me bone.
Ah.
You give me your bone. You had bone. You give me bone. I have bone.
Yeah. Ah. Your bone. Give.
Take bone out of hand.
Ah.
You steal bone. I did not give you bone.
So,
You steal bone.
but wait.
It's
So,
Funkum's
fast-
bone.
It's
Fast-
a hand thing.
Fast.
If two hands.
Eh.
Two hands.
Eh.
If this hand put dirt, I take dirt. If put dirt in the other hand,
Uh-huh.
it give. If take dirt, is steal.
Oh.
If put dirt, it's
Ah.
give. If put dirt, it's give. If take dirt, it's steal.
Ah. Ah.
I'm doing this right?
Yes.
As he looks back at you and gives you the bone, hands the bone to you,
Yes.
and you take it.
Bone.
I give bone, you
And I
steal
steal
bone. Now your bone. Ah?
It's my bone. He gave bone. I steal bone. It's bone.
Ah?
My bone.
All right.
I stick it back onto the staff. Just a little rotting piece of meat. Just stuck it in there.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. So, our ships and our stuff is ours. You take stuff, it's still our stuff. You're stealing our stuff.
No.
It's only ours if we. It's only yours if we give to you.
But it's ours, so
But
it's
we
our
not
stuff.
give.
If we steal, it's now our stuff.
No. If you steal, it's still ours,
Oh, we
not
have it.
yours.
But we have it though.
You have someone else's stuff.
But they don't have it. How can it be theirs?
Secret hands.
Secret hands.
Secret hands.
Invisible hands.
Secret hands.
Do you have
No,
it?
no, no.
Do you have secret hands on your stuff?
Secret hands of stuff.
Secret hands of stuff?
Yeah, they still hold it. They still hold it.
They
It's-
still hold it because secret hands and stuff.
It's their secret hands. It's secret stuff.
Oh, okay, okay. If secret hands, it's still yours.
Yes.
Yeah. How do we know you have secret hands on this?
If it starts on our ship
Eh.
and has our stuff,
Eh.
then it has our secret hands unless we give to you. If you take without us giving, it still has our secret hands. But if we give
How-
to you,
how
it
can-
has your secret hands and not ours.
How can take without how can steal without give?
Steal is take without give.
But
If we give,
how do that without give?
we give.
When we steal, you give. That's how it work. Huh?
No, you steal and we don't give. We don't want to give. But if we want to give you something, say here you go, then it's yours. But if we don't say
That's
here
not
you go,
stealing.
have this, then it's not yours.
Make another intelligence
not a-
persuasion check.
If-
Yeah, make another intelligence persuasion check.
Okay.
As you are literally educating these goblins on the concept of stealing and giving. These
So,
are words that they had no clue of before.
yeah.
13.
Oh.
Above
Oh.
my intelligence.
Okay. So give. Okay.
So what is it if you give without steal? What's that? What's that word?
A gift.
A give.
But how give
A
when
gift.
that?
Yes.
But
I find dirt. I give you dirt as gift.
and I
That's
steal
dirt,
dirt.
yes.
He says as he grabs the dirt from your hand.
But I steal dirt.
You steal dirt that I gave to Uncle Funkums. You stole Uncle Funkums' dirt. You
Right?
thief.
Yeah.
He puts out the dirt to Uncle Funkums.
I
I take the
give.
dirt.
He steal the dirt.
I steal dirt.
No, he
No.
get his gift from me that you stole from him.
You
Huh?
give, I gift.
Yes,
You give, I gift.
yes.
Yeah,
Duncan.
yeah, you give a
give.
gift. You give a gift, but you stole the gift when I gave.
Steal this gift.
He takes it from you.
It's not
your
yours.
gift.
No,
I gave it.
he gave it to me. I steal it
you
from
gave-
him.
I gave him to steal it.
To take is not to steal. To take is to get something you're given. To steal is to take something we don't give you.
I just go fetal position on the ground.
Make another intelligence persuasion check. I love this so much.
Oh,
Like,
I
this
haven't
is-
seen the chat in a while.
Dirty 20.
This is genuinely a wonderful example of trying to explain basic words to people who don't have a comprehension of it.
Yeah.
Both cultural and language barrier. It's great. What was the check?
No way to see how many viewers there are on mobile, so I assume someone's sticking around for all of this.
Got a dirty 20.
Dirty 20? Okay.
Oh, so yeah. If they give, you take. If they no give, you steal.
Yes.
He grabs the bone from the ribcage again. I steal. He puts it out.
I give.
I
You
take.
You
return.
take.
Take
You take.
a
Yeah.
gift. Bone is gift. The bone is a gift.
The bone is a
bone,
gift.
The bone is given back to its right owner.
Yeah. Okay.
Uncle Funkums owns the bone.
You left invisible hand on bone.
Yes, you stole bone, so Uncle Funkums' invisible hand is still on bone.
How you invisible hand, Funkum? How you invisible hand?
Secret hand, part of
Secret hand?
secret hand. Secret hand. Secret hand. God.
Did you
Secret
see?
hand god.
Did you secret hand?
They're the secret hand god.
Uncle,
And he will slap your hands for stealing.
Uncle, did you secret hand?
I don't know. I guess so. Ooh, because I did not give. So my secret hand, because I still had it. So secret hand is stuff you have
Yes.
and not give.
Yes. So pirates have big secret hand on pirate ships and stuff. And when you take that stuff, we still have secret hand.
How about
that.
this? How about I have idea. I have another thought. I big thought today.
Eh,
Good job. It's hard, I know.
Thank you. So,
get on the rock.
how
He gets up on the rock.
I step down so he can get on.
how about since we cannot see secret hand, you mark secret hand Huh?
Ah,
So, like,
Yeah.
He jumps down, runs over to where the chalkboard was, grabs some chalk, puts his hand on the board, and then draws an outline of his hand. And takes it off.
Mark of secret hand. We know secret hand on this board. Uncle, take.
Ah.
Take
I'm gonna take. I take.
board. Take board.
I go to take the board.
He steal because of my secret hand on board. Huh?
Oh.
Yes.
So mark it. Mark. Huh? All your stuff. Mark. Huh? Secret hand. And
So
Mark-
when we put secret hand.
mark
We gotta
it.
put a secret hand on our stuff.
So I mean, we can't. How do we tell difference between hand? What? Huh?
And
As he spits into his hand and begins to crush this chalk. As he's just doing this for a bit. Dude, just wait.
Yeah.
So a few minutes later, he is left with this white paste in his hand. As he kind of spreads it across his hand and then... Bah! He takes it off. And then, like...
See, my secret hand. Uncle, come.
He grabs your hand and, like, covers it in this paste. And then holds it up and presses it against the board.
Huh? His secret hand.
yes.
Look, different.
Dunk 'em.
You can...
Dunk 'em.
Yeah.
Whose board is this?
Whose board is this? Both secret hand on board. Whose board?
Whose board is this?
It was
They
Dunkum
do-
first, so Dunkum can give Uncle Funkums the board, or you can both own it with 2 secret hands on it.
I
You
can...
each have a secret hand on it. You share it.
Oh! Uncle!
He grabs your hand,
Ah,
just puts his hand on your hand on his face.
ah.
I give!
I give him a hug.
Yeah, he hugs you, and then he's like,
Oh no! Oh no! I put secret hand on you!
Dunk 'em, you are a gift.
I put secret hand on you though, I'm sorry! I did not mean to take!
No.
As yeah, there is now
put
like
secret hand. You put your secret hand on my hand. My hand is now your hand.
Oh! Okay, back, focus! Secret hand's different. Huh? Secret hand's different. Wait! If more than one person... That's another thought, big thought. Later. Secret hand's different. See?
Yes.
Huh?
you do actually have to make an investigation check to try to see the differences between these, because otherwise they look like goblin handprints.
Oh. Okay.
Boy, this is silly.
I love this so much.
I've been going at this for an hour. It's been an hour of goblin. Oh
Nope.
no.
I'll roll another one. I lost my die. Oh wow, 2.
Yeah, so you can't actually tell the difference in between these two hands. So, if you want to acknowledge that they're different, despite the fact that you can't tell if they're different or not, that's up to you.
You should add an extra mark to your secret hand marks. Like a different color or a symbol so that you can tell because your hands look kind of similar to me.
Yeah. So,
I cut
And
my
the
thumb.
pirates. Yes.
Cut my and I just with my blood I draw the shape of a grave on my hand. The handprint.
Just like,
Oh, you-
just kind of like a forced perspective box.
Yeah.
Forced perspective rectangle.
Okay.
A
Oh,
secret hand. It's
what
not a
if
secret
that?
hand.
If more than one can can own thing, what if more than one can have same secret hand?
That's why you should make each. The pirates will have a secret hand for the group.
And we have
Well,
secret
they-
hand for a group. Funkums.
Funkums will have a secret hand. Each
Uncle.
person will also have a secret hand.
Make secret hand.
But-
Make your secret hand so we know. We all
Okay.
wait, no. he quickly runs off and then runs back with just a piece of paper. Make secret hand on this. You know, on chalkboard. Our chalkboard.
Your chalkboard, yes. At this point, I turn to the second captain.
As he's just like looking at everything in confusion.
No, basically, I had to explain the entire idea of theft. That was not a thing in their culture or even their language. I had to teach them. Now they understand, but they need our things, anything we own, to be marked with a symbol of our own. They call it a secret hand. And we need a thing to mark our stuff with. So that
Sure,
they
yeah.
won't take our stuff without us giving it to them.
Right. Yeah. I think. Well then.
Funkums and Uncle Funkums are just practicing putting their hands on stuff.
Just random piles of dirt everywhere.
It's my dirt. It's my dirt.
Yes. Right.
That was my nose.
I have an idea. Yeah. As he takes out a quill pen, and some ink, dips it, and traces his hand, and then wipes off the ink on his shirt, or actually on his pants, and then stabs into his hand as he winces a moment, pulls it out, and he draws a ship in profile with a red fan sail. There we go. Splats the blood onto the ground, wipes the rest off, puts his pen away, his inkwell away, starts bandaging up his hand. There's our secret hand, I suppose. That's for the whole Xingqi's empire. Tell him.
That will work.
Tell him we'll get more hands. We'll get a hand for each of the crews. Send it to him.
Okay. Alright, I take the paper and hold it up in front of Uncle Funkums and Dunkum.
Yeah.
This is the secret hand for the pirates as a whole. Each crew will also make their own. But for now, this is the one for everyone in our
Hey.
group.
Those, you're red pirates. Huh?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
And small groups in our big group will have their own secret hands
Huh?
so that they don't steal from each other.
Yeah. As he goes over to the board, and one where Uncle Funkum still has just a handprint,
he puts his handprint, like, upside down on that, and then pricks his finger, like, cuts his finger, and, or actually probably bites it open, as then he just puts the same parallaxed rectangle in the middle of now that, like, 10-fingered hand. That. As he does that in theirs. This small group, risen one, grave chose once us.
Yes.
How come you made a good secret hand?
Good secret
Got
hand.
It's got 10 fingers.
Yeah.
It got that.
Ah.
That's very good. I like it. You have good thoughts.
I put my hand against Duncan's and we do like this as a handshake.
Yay!
Enough
We just
to create
invented
a
it.
cultural touchstone.
Yeah, we just invented another thing for the sign language for the goblins. Oh wait, essentially we just invented goblin goblin sign language clan names.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah. We're gonna take a short break here. After Ori has successfully taught the goblins a concept of possession. Yes. We will reconvene in 15 minutes, just on the half hour. Until then, thank you for watching, and
See you in a bit.
see you in a bit. gonna start until everybody gets back. That's lovely. I love that so much. No one's active in chat, otherwise I would take this time to read some messages. There's no one active, unfortunately. But I love that. It's nice being able to explore the Funkums clan culture a little bit. Some religion and whatnot. I'm gonna look to see if I can find that. Yes.
Back in Squidness, baby.
Welcome back.
Okay. How are we doing on narrative trajectory so far?
Pretty good. Pretty much done with everything there. We are live, by the way. We're live again.
Oh.
We're not playing.
hello.
It's still in the break.
Mm-hmm.
So don't feel like it has to not be.
Yeah. So I shouldn't do that thing where every time we're on break, I just shout as many obscenities as I know. Like every other time.
Yeah. Don't do that.
Yeah. Gotta keep it mellow. It's weird that, I mean, I get why, but it's weird to see that Twitch has, like, mirror imaged. It's a reversal of everyone's camera except for Soup's.
Huh.
Maybe hers just does it automatically?
No, it's just reversal for, like, compared to your cameras. This is how I see the cameras.
Huh. Odd.
Yeah. I don't know.
Where did I just did my oranges? Water. We can drink again. Speaking of drinking again. Soap.
Nope.
In business. The homie.
Stoopiest stoopness Stoop has ever seen.
What are you doing?
I don't know.
Oh no.
I'm dying. I don't know. Losing my brain cells.
Keep up the good work.
Although I don't even know that I have brain cells. I'm going into the negative number with brain cells, but it's fine.
You're taking other people's brain cells.
Yeah.
That is powerful right there.
Mm-hmm. That's some X-Men level stuff right there. Gang, I gotta tell you, as soon as this game's over, this shirt's flying right into the ceiling, because my body hurts.
Oh.
And I can't show my on stream, so we're just gonna have to go with it.
Yeah. We're not hot tub streamers. That's not gonna fly.
Now what? Okay, I've heard about hot tubs. Is that an actual thing that's been happening?
Yes.
Or is that just slang?
That is an actual thing that's been happening. So, Twitch's community guidelines require that you cannot wear a bathing suit unless you are in water. So to be able to get that audience, there are women who just set up like a kiddie pool or a hot tub inside in front of their stream setup, so that they can just stand in the littlest amount of water, the smallest amount of water, and be allowed to wear a bikini. So.
Oh, I've seen one of those.
Yeah, that's what a hot tub. That's what a hot tub streamer is.
Very confused. That makes sense.
It's whack.
Now, what about the chocolate sauce?
I don't know about that one. But I believe it's time to start again.
Oh yeah. Hey everybody, we're live.
Yes. Welcome back to the second half of the stream. Recreation remembering Taishan. Remembering the road to Taishan, sorry.
Like a chick track.
As
the Romans.
Yes. You have spent some time in this city after discussing a few different things and working out what the meaning of owning something is. And working out this system called the Secret Hands. Where you place a symbol of a hand on an object with some sort of marking feature to mark it as yours. And that object will always be yours, as if you were holding it. Now, it's later, and you're still here. And Uncle Funkums has invited you to eat with the goblins. There are many different things. Some things that are clearly taken from the pirates. Just essentially crates are like set up in the center of this room where goblins just kind of come up, grab something, and walk off. There is also a strange creature that looks as if it's a mix between a bird, a reptile, and a mammal, just on a spit. It's already cooked to a point where it's sort of beyond recognition of any kind, but the structure of it does not ring any bells for you. Which we goblins
don't know what that is.
These goblins are also taking it apart. And eating it. Seamus and second captain, grab some fruit from the crates, and Seamus pulls out a buccaneer's knife and begins to cut meat off of the roasting animal. Taking a section of its ribs and then putting it and then like taking it with him. Having cut it in two, one half for second captain and one for himself. The three other pirates, Roger, Genric, and Avraj, all gather their own food for themselves to be able to eat. As yes, they also go. Right, so that would be human, an elf, and an orc. And then I think that's all of the human races shown in these 5 people. I think. Yay. We're gonna say Roger. Roger is Genric's the orc. Roger is the
Roderick.
Roger is Roger's the human and Avraj is the elf. So yes, they are now eating. As
It's good, right?
Pretty good.
We don't know what it is.
It's definitely cooked.
Yeah. We made sure. We heard that's a thing with you people.
Yeah, sometimes stuff makes you ill or kills you if it's not
It sure
cooked.
does.
And really, when you don't have the grave god to raise you back,
Hmm.
it's preferable to stay alive.
Yeah.
No.
We notice a lot less death when you cook it.
Well,
Yeah.
yes and no.
Hell yeah.
Like, it depends on what you eat. We can eat
Oh yeah.
different parts, and it doesn't kill. But
Yeah. Yeah.
I prefer uncooked. As he
What
like
part?
the meat that doesn't look bad.
Oh. So the bad-looking meat needs to be cooked.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Makes sense.
And if you don't like it, it goes in the stew.
Good plan. That's
No,
the
we
best
almost
way to
go.
make a stew.
Basically beforehand, there was a significant amount of time where, like, goblins were just kind of circling this corpse before they put it on a spit roast. Where they were just, like, cutting hunks out of it, kind of inspecting it for a while, tasting it. And then they'd take a chunk, or they would, like, chuck the chunk into a pot. And, like, before they would, cut a piece off, they would, like, check it. And then after they cut it off is when they'd lick it. But they do everything they could to check it before taking it off. And then some of the pieces they take off and then lick, then they'd throw those ones into the pot. But a lot of the meat just stayed on this creature. As they were able to take a lot of meat off of it. That could be eaten raw, presumably. Including some, including they didn't even check some of the organs, they just took them.
It's a whole system.
Guys, than what I grew up with.
What do you grow up with?
We still cooked the meat. But it was just ripping chunks off
Mhm.
here and there and eating them without checking ever. And certainly no stew. The goblins I grew up with didn't do stew.
Neither did we. This is new. New stew.
New stew is good.
Yeah. As a conversation embroils between you and some of the others, you begin piecemeal recounting your some times where how your people ate. Your people dealt with things.
Times.
The in the distance you can see the woods that you have left. You have now entered into a valley, and the woods are long behind you. Walking through plains, a place you've never been before. And in the distance, you can see a herd of animals grazing in its plain.
Did you know? Those are not plants.
This is backstory. In case that was not clear.
It was not my mistake.
Please do
I don't-
use that with Funkums at some point, though. That's beautiful. I turn to whichever goblin is nearest me, and I'm like, those look good. Is everyone else hungry?
Ah! Like the entire herd of 48 goblins like nod at the same time.
Okay, let's. Who brought weapons?
Yeah, they all nod again.
Okay, good. I lift up my Yukin. I brought one too. Let's go and I guess get food. Let's kill whatever that is.
Okay.
As long as it doesn't kill us.
Yeah. Do you just like turn and begin to charge at the herd of animals, or what?
Yeah.
Think-
That's exactly what I do.
Okay, yeah. You and the 48 goblins behind you all charge forward. As sprinting as fast as your little legs can take you. You guys get close to this herd of deer-like animals. As like they raise their head, look over, and like they watch for a little bit as you continue to charge, and then they all begin to bound away.
Not a good idea.
Do you attempt to run after them?
Yeah. So I start trying to yell directions to see if I can kind of surround them. So
Okay, yeah. Make
like
make a persuasion check.
okay. Do it. 13.
13?
Yes.
Yeah, as the goblins begin to spread out, to try to encompass these animals, as before they can even form half a semicircle, the animals are completely away from you, even as you are trying to run as fast as possible after them.
Okay. So that was a very bad idea. Is there anything else around that's edible? That I can see?
Yeah, like, as you're like, and then we just tried to scavenge. Go ahead and make a survival check.
Okay.
As, yeah, you have, like, run into the center of this muddy, like, fields. It's kind of, like, once you're down here, you can see the standing water with plants coming up out of it. As, yeah, you wander around, you wandered around for a while, and then eventually, you managed to eat a few things, but over the course of your wandering, 8 of the goblins either left or died. As you now have your 40 goblins, all together. And yeah.
Okay. So,
So, did you all die then?
well, I didn't die.
Oh,
Actually, a lot of them were okay for the time being. I don't know where those 8 went.
did you
I don't know what happened.
keep running after deer?
No,
Oh,
I realized that was a bad plan pretty quickly. Then I've tried to find other food, and that didn't work. That's when I lost the other 8. From there, I decided we should keep walking in the direction of a village that I thought was somewhere.
yeah.
Was it somewhere?
It was somewhere.
As yeah, go ahead and make another survival check as you attempted to lead these goblins towards a village.
1.
Ooh. As over your walk, another there it is. And 20. As another 12 goblins died or left as you walked through these plains, barely living off of anything, through these terraces of water, and mud rose between the water. These plants kind of growing up out of the water, abysmally failing at every charge towards deer, and living off of the random stalks of leaf that shoot out of the water. Was not good living. You did, however, eventually get to a place where you saw people going through the fields and using sharp objects to cut the plants away from these terraces, these water-filled plains.
I try to approach some of these people. Or how far are we from them?
A significant ways.
Okay. Alright, I turn to my group then and I'm like, let's go and try and talk to them. We'll see if they can help.
Make a persuasion check.
27.
Ah! Yeah, the goblins are down. Yeah, so, you head over towards these people. As you approach, like, you see some of them beginning to look up. Go ahead and make a charisma check. Charisma persuasion with disadvantage.
Well,
As you approach, you see these people, like, kind of going back and skirting back until they reach a large a large earthen, raised bit of land, where you see people in layers of you can best compare it to like a shell or scales, perhaps. A solid shell over their chest and kind of layered, flexible shell. Layered segments to make a flexible shell over their arms.
carrying something that does look a bit more familiar. A large stick with a pointy thing at the end. A spear. As the people who are in the plain, in the field, go up to this road, these people in these shells and spears lower their spears towards the goblins as you begin to approach.
I stand out in front and I'm like, wait a moment. We're not gonna attack you or anything. We need some help.
Make a persuasion check.
$18.
Disadvantage. Sorry,
okay.
I forgot to say disadvantage.
I'll let it- 15.
As more of these people kind of like come up and then draw bows, as then one of them, who has is wearing a shell on his head with a large like horse tail coming out the top that is dyed kind of this orange red. Red under with like yellow markings around. So he kind of as they put down their bows, puts up his staff or his spear. Actually, no, sorry, I misspoke. He would be wearing a red cloth is wrapped around his head. As this orc. So, what do you want then?
We just need help finding food. We're just a traveling group of goblins. We don't want to cause harm. We just made some mistakes trying to get food, and some of us have died.
Yeah, we can give you food if you do something for us.
What do you want us to do?
As they had taken you down the road a ways until you stopped in front of a village. This village is Lai Ping. It's our village. You see that? You see those banners? They're kind of like orange-red and, kind of an orangish red and gold banners flying over it. I need you all of your goblins, to help us take those banners down. And to kill anyone wearing those colors. We will give you food as long as you do so.
Out of curiosity, what do those banners stand for, and what have they done to you? Besides the obvious of taking your town.
Is that not enough?
I'm just curious. We'll do what you ask.
Good. He grabs off the cart a bag and then throws it to you. As it hits the ground with a kind of cascading sound. Get back here, Dawn. as they go towards the village. Were you there at dawn?
Nah, I changed my mind during the night.
And you just leave. Yeah.
Oh boy.
You did get a sack of rice, and your goblins did stay fed for a while. Did you continue doing that? Is that how you got food? You make a deal, they give, and then you don't honor deal, huh?
Yeah, but that's probably not the best way, because they'll start to know who we are, and then they won't make deal.
Ah.
So, we go find a way to find our own food, so that we don't get killed for not honoring deal.
A few days later, you see a large group of people on a field approaching the village of Lai Ping. Red banners flying above with red covering the entire group. Each member of this massive force, even larger than the tribe you left when it fractured, are marching towards this village. Each of them wearing red cloth around their head. As over the course of a day, the village began to burn. As you saw those forces fight other forces and kill them. What did you do?
I choose a couple of other goblins to go in with me, try and sneak in and investigate.
Yep. You and about 4 other goblins attempt to go in and see what's going on. Go ahead and make a stealth check.
16.
16, okay. Yeah, you made your way into the village. And you managed to make it to this area of the village that is boxed off with these tall walls. You've got to the top of these walls and you see these you see people wearing the gold and red, and you see a person with a red scarf around their head and a large staff with bells hanging off the top with an ornate, almost antler-like top to it with the bells. Them and a person in gold and red robes are standing on a platform. People with the red scarves overwhelmingly outnumbering anyone with the red and gold. As you listened, as you saw the man with the staff turn and address the audience. This Xiaolong Empire, they have lost the mandate of heaven. They have neglected to care for their people as the rivers to the north flood, and the rice of the south cannot maintain everyone, we in this valley will rise up. We will take those from the north to come down to join. We will take those from the south to come up and join. And we, as the gods tell us to, will bring the mandate of heaven to a new group, to new leaders. One of ours, one of the people, not one of these Shaolong, but one of the work, one of the people of the land who have been working their lives. The rice we take will not just be going up to these Shaolong, but it will be staying in our mouths during these times of famine. And these figures, these figureheads, he gestures to the very large man in these golden and red robes. These figures will not stand up. They will not keep us down. They will be deposed with their rotten Shaolong. At that, the man in the gold and red robes is forced down to his knees and forced to bow his face to the ground as a large figure with a great axe walks up. This the orc that you had seen before walks up and with one clean strike swings down and decapitates the man in the fine robes as the crowd cheers. As the figure steps forward again. The Jade Emperor and his heavens have given me visions, have guided me, have shown me that we are in the right. The mandate of heaven will be taken from these foolish emperors, these foolish leaders who know not the plight of their people, and will be given to a ruler who cares. Will be given back to us. A leader who cares for us and knows what we need. As you see, red banners, crimson red banners, raised above the village of Lieping.
The other goblins with me, I'm like, I don't know what they needed us for. If they were gonna go and kill all these golden bannered people themselves.
Well, as we were coming, there was a lot of red bodies. So maybe more die than they want?
Maybe. Or did they want us to die so they didn't?
What? They wanted you to die, so they didn't want you to die?
No. Maybe they wanted us to die so that their own people wouldn't.
Not how death works.
Oh. Death is different for you.
You don't not die just because someone else dies.
No, you see, it's called fodder. Cannon fodder. You'll go out in front and be blasted away by whatever first volley happens.
Ah,
And then the people behind you will be shielded by your dying corpses.
I've heard of fathers, and mothers, and brothers, and lady brothers. They should have a word for that.
It's sisters.
That's what that means?
Yeah. What
Man.
what did you think it meant?
I don't know. I thought it was an insult.
No,
I thought
usually
it was
not.
a swear word. Like,
I mean, if you make it one. Sure.
But
Well, Ore, you're definitely gonna get some word from me. I suspect you'll be very much made over these pirates. Come and talk to me after you're done eating here. As he takes a swig from his flask and walks away.
Uncle Punkums,
Yeah.
how do you remember being dead?
How do you remember going to bed?
I don't remember sleeping.
What do you mean? What? Hey, you don't remember sleep? What do you mean you don't remember sleep?
I just know that I sleep
It's
because
like
I go
easy death.
to bed and then don't think of anything and then
How do
wake
you-
up.
How do you know you go to bed?
I just walk to bed or I fall over on the ground.
So you remember going to bed.
Yes, but I don't remember sleeping. Do you
I
remember
I
deadness?
remember dying.
Eh,
I went dead.
he
And you
all-
remember
went to grave where dead people are. He was in grave. He was dead.
so
grave.
if you're in grave, you're dead?
I was.
He was dead.
Well,
Yeah, I mean,
if
but
I
we had the big grave, and the big grave that's for talk, with the talk rock.
yeah, but if I make a little grave, like a goblin-sized grave, and I just go into it, am I dead?
Well, there's a question. First, are you dead?
Does going into the goblin grave make me dead?
Only if you're dead.
I wouldn't remember being dead.
Funny, you're a pirate. They take, the one who made stew.
Yeah. Fiend.
Vind. He died. He said so. He died, and now he's not dead.
Interesting. I
Told
think.
me that.
Yeah, but are
Yeah.
you sure death works how you think it does?
It worked so far.
Okay,
Has death stopped working for you?
You need
maybe.
your death. You need your death fixed.
No, I'd like to stay alive for now.
Ah.
If death's not working for me, then that might be good.
I
For
lean
now.
over to I lean over to Duncan and not whisper at all. Her death is broken. So
Yeah, I think that's okay.
Eventually,
Wait,
the dinner wraps up, and it gets late. Goblins begin falling asleep on the spot, and just kind of going to sleep in this area. They're yeah, there's like perhaps like 10 dozen of goblins just sleeping at this point. Duncums has gone to sleep. Everyone would be pretty tired at this point. Like, it is very late.
I don't go to. I make an effort to stay awake until I see that everyone in the clan is asleep.
Everyone in the clan is asleep.
Okay. I go to the center of the grave, the big grave, and just lay there. Put the ribcage over my face.
nice. I go over to Will, or the second captain.
Well then, Ori, you think he's gonna work?
I think this will work.
Yeah? You sure? You're certain?
I'm certain.
Alright.
And now that I've explained one concept to him, the chances I can explain more if needed.
That's fair. Not only am I gonna suggest they make you a proper crew member, but, I'm gonna suggest they make you the emissary to this place. Perhaps for the goblins in general, not just this clan. You got a head on you. A head on you that I don't see in goblins often. It's, thinking. You think past a few moments. That's rare. That's very rare.
Apparently, I got it from my mother. I wouldn't know. I don't remember her.
Not surprised. So then, you want to stay here? While we head back and endorse you. You can spend the night here if you want. I'm not one to sleep around a bunch of goblins, not looking to get shanked in my sleep.
Stay here tonight, then.
Alright,
I feel comfortable.
fine. I'm sure you can find your way back to Neo Taishan on your own. So, farewell for now, Ori.
Farewell. Good night.
Yeah.
Don't die.
Seamus and Wilhelm kind of wander off. At this point, Wilhelm is kind of stumbling a little bit while he's walking. You're not entirely certain if it's because he's drunk or if it's because he is tired. Probably both, maybe both. He has been drinking from his flask of whiskey all day. As he kind of stumbles, as Seamus is kind of like holding him up as they go. Seamus ends up like essentially tying Wilhelm to his back before climbing up the rope to Peregrine. As it then sails off into the phlogiston, the ether-lit skies. And that is where we're going to end the session. Thank you both for playing, and thank you all for watching. This was a good session.
This was a good session.
This was great.
Very silly set.
Yeah.
Ah.
Secret hands for the win.
Secret hands.
Secret hands!
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Oh my gosh. Oh man. I cannot wait to see how all this is gonna play out down the line. Because
Yeah.
this idea is definitely gonna spread.
No, yeah.
At this point, if all of the players can make it to any session in the future, that's going to be the Road to Taishan finale. Either that or whatever the last session is before semester starts. One of the two.
I just realized the faith of the grave god is finally a religion with morals. There's something now.
There's finally morals beyond. Oh, you died and you're not dead. Congratulations.
Yeah,
You're one of us now.
advanced beyond theology and now are entering
Doctrine.
morality. The awesome.
Yeah.
Right.
This is fun. This is fun. And now Ori officially has the position of emissary to the goblins. And Dunkel will essentially have the opposite, where he is the representative of the Funkums that will that can go with the pirates. Him and his 3 pot goblins that are just stuck in a cooking pot.
Still stuck in there?
Yes. They're
Oh,
all still stuck in the pot, and they are able to eat and move around. And Dunkel just kind of leads them around when he needs to.
man, who needs 3 kobolds in a trench coat? I like 3 goblins in a pot. D&D is a good game.
Oh, it's so good. The possibilities are literally endless,
Yeah.
and it's perfect.
Yes.
Thank you, Chiaro.
Yeah. I always love running goblin stuff. And it's interesting actually having goblins with a society, because normally goblins don't at all. They just make up everything when it comes to themselves. And then these goblins actually have something where, like, if there's a concept, it'll spread to an entire city, an entire clan of goblins. Instead of it just being like 5 goblins who were there and discussed it. This is very fun.
Oh, man. I've now realized this is gonna, like, quickly turn into, like, goblin discussions of ownership of other people and marriage.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Wait, is marriage a thing
No.
for goblins
No.
normally?
It is
Not
not.
at all.
Yeah, marriage is not a concept for most people. Family, like, immediate family is not a concept. It's just, oh, you're a goblin, you're born, you're now part of the tribe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Part of the pack.
You came out of the brood pit.
Yeah. Marriage is not a concept. I'm not entirely certain that this would naturally come up with marriage as much. Well, sort of
Yeah,
marriage,
maybe
but
not.
maybe not romantic marriage.
I'm thinking more,
yeah.
just like secret hands on each other.
Right, yeah, it's like I own you,
Yeah.
you own me, therefore we own each other. Like, that concept
Yeah.
of marriage,
Yeah.
like the
Yeah.
concept of
The-
marrying 2 things together
Mhm.
would, yeah, that'd exist. But the concept of familial marriage
Yeah.
and having that, like, related to your blood and stuff, like your blood and family and kids and stuff, I don't see that naturally developing unless, like, it happens through player characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're probably gonna go for the more practical. Oh, this would work if we're each other's.
Yeah,
Therefore, marriage.
yes.
Rather
But
than,
also,
we love each other.
just because there is that potentially positive thing, there is also the very much potentially negative thing of introducing personal ownership also can introduce the concept of slavery.
Yeah. So maybe we just keep it at things.
That's actually,
I don't-
it's kind of too late,
Or
though,
explain that, or
Yeah.
explain to them that
because...
your secret hands are on yourself, and nobody else can put secret hands
Because-
on you.
What happened
I-
in session, like, that didn't happen
yeah.
in session. Like, in session, they did put hands on each other. They did lay on hands.
Yeah.
As, like, it was kind of like more of a blood
that's
pact
pretty
than anything. Like that thing where, like, oh yeah, we are now brothers, or we are now siblings because we've made this blood pact with each other. It's like that, but with, like,
Chalk dust.
with chalk dust, with chalk ink, chalk spit ink. They're probably gonna start using, like, actual inks and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's just that that's all he had.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be interesting. In the back of my mind, I keep viewing goblins as like cavemen in a cartoon, whereas
Right.
society is constantly on the verge of existing and collapsing.
Right. Yeah, sort of. I mean, it would actually be, like... It would be more apt to compare the goblins here to, like, Bronze Age.
Yeah, that's a good point.
like these goblins are kind of like they're at Bronze Age. They're like beginning to like they're beginning to have the tech, like beginning to discover stuff like ownership and potentially like agriculture. Like they haven't really done, like their agriculture is kind of weird, but like they have gotten to the point where they essentially like seed an area, and then because it has more things coming from it, they can take more stuff from it. But they don't like cultivate necessarily. They don't necessarily like be like, this is my farm. But and of course they do have a few things that are kind of leftover technologies. They do understand they it's like
if a preschooler could kill you.
yeah, kind of.
Oh, it's like
I mean,
everyone's Stitch.
but like the society was started with a wizard, a high-level wizard, and an artificer in it. Like those were two of the 7 starting goblins.
Who was the wizard again?
Grumbledump.
Oh yeah.
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 The wizard that like opened the portal that you all went through.
Yeah.
And then because he was the highest level, basically became the god king of this civilization until he was recently killed.
Yeah.
But since the Punkums clan is exiled, they might not know about that yet.
Yep. Who knows?
Because they don't interact with the rest of the goblins. But
It's a bit of a misfit stories.
yeah. But yeah, so like because of that, they have a much greater understanding of magic and magic fueled technology than they normally would have. So like they have stuff like flying ships and that kind of technology is better, and they can kind of yeah, they have these different things, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thanks again for playing. Thanks again for watching. And farewell.